Okay, good morning. We're gonna be trying to do a picture, the bamboo picture in this entire composition as a demonstration. So first of all, we have to say something like this in mind. You can take a look at this, and basically the picture is mostly big clusters of leaves here, here, and here, and then sticks of bamboos. The stems, it's a linear form this way. And then various bits here that kind of frames the bamboo. Okay, so let's try to something like this. I've used, let's say, try to copy this from scratch. These are pretty complicated pattern here. You can get pretty confused. What we are trying to do here, instead of trying to copy exactly, we will try to just get the overall distribution and then use the overlap concept. So basically we try to overlap different clusters and build the thing pattern up in some kind of a free form manner. Okay, so that's what we want to do. All right, so we have a piece of rice paper here. So as always, start using a stiff brush like this. So if you start from scratch, you should then wash the brush off first. Make sure it's completely wet by making sure you're pressing lightly on the side to remove all the air bubbles, and then you can on the side of the dish you can remove most of the water, and then the rest of the water you can remove by dragging it on a piece of paper towel like this. So after a few strokes, you will notice that no more water is coming out. Then it probably has about the right amount of water. So you can test it on a piece of, actually you can test it on a piece of rice paper of the same type, and just to see whether there is enough water, or too much or too little. Okay, so now if it's too little, what we usually do is we put the tip of the brush into the water for a brief second, actually a fraction of a second, and then it will then you can just see it becomes much wetter. You can see it better over here. It's much better. All right, next thing is that we create some lighter ink. So I already done that. So basically this is a lighter puddle of ink here. So you kind of loaded the brush with this lighter ink. I should also point out it's often useful to have a piece of scrap paper on the side to test out the water and the intensity of the ink. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. So now we can then take ink. This is dark ink over here. And then away we go. So big cluster. So now we think of a big cluster here, some smaller ones here, and then the sticks going this way. All right, so the tip of the brush takes ink. We do with the dark ink first. So basically a big cluster of 4, say, first. So it's a little, I can just feel that it is a little dry. So I would just put the tip back into, I have some, I know this is water, lighter ink here. So I just take a little bit of that. And then now I got another cluster of, say, 2. And then take some ink. And then another cluster of 2, say, here. So now you have a nice group of leaves here. And then what I usually do is there's a cluster and then there's a part here. Then you start another cluster that's separated from here. So let's say we do another 3. Wet the brush a little bit. And then another 2. I say there are 2 groups here. And then I would then build up this one a little bit more. So say 4 here, say. And maybe another 2 here. So now a nice cluster, and maybe a 3 here, say. Alright, so now we have a nice group of things here, and then the next thing we do is to put another cluster on over here. Alright, take them darkening again. Let's say 3, and then the 3. So notice I always do the big fat one first. I'll call this a 2, right? And then the big fat one here first, and then 2 smaller ones. This is a 3. Okay, actually this one looks like it's missing something, so let's say we go for another 4. Okay, now, alright, so we're good here. Sometimes it is missing something, actually put a dot here, maybe, could help. Alright, so that helps this pattern. Alright, now let's do the next thing, which is the stem. Okay, so we wash the brush off. Take the lighter ink. So brush is loaded with light ink here. So I control the water wetness, water content by dragging it on the paper towel. Notice I'm just hitting the base of the brush onto the paper towel. That way it sucks the water from the base of the brush without ruining the tip. The tip is still in good shape. I take some more water, and then the tip I take a load with the darker ink. And now if I go like this, say, then it will have gradation of darkness, right? Okay, so so now let's go ahead, and then we can. Alright, so you can test a different thing. Right now, this, for example, is not showing a lot of gradation, right? Let's see this. Take a little bit of darker ink, some gradation. Let's see, I tip over here. Then there's nice gradation, right? Alright, so that's what we'll do. We just take a little bit here, and then go straight across like this. Remember, right? So sudden start, sudden finish. Go. So it basically pause, go, pause, and then lift to that side. So pause, go, lift over here. Pause, go, pause over here. And then pause, go, pause over here. Pause, go, pause over here. Now, all right. So that's have that stem taken care of, and then we add another stem. Let's say not parallel to that. Try to avoid it being parallel, and also avoid it being lined up with the nodes. All right. So again, that. So start off here. So we start off here. Pause. Start here, and then the node is here. Take some darker ink at the tip. Okay, so I think that I didn't push down enough. You can kind of go over it if you the technique can be controlled. Okay, so that's what we have here. All right, then we can connect the so put connect put a little line on the nose. A lot of times you need that. A couple of dots, and then let's say connect this to the leaves here, say. And then this one, let's say, shoots up here. All right, something like that. And then if you look at this more closely, you might say, hey, you probably need some more stuff here. So that's what we do. Take the ink, dark ink, and then we do here. Okay, now that's too dry, right? Just remember, you can't really fix that. It is actually okay, but you can't really fix that. So immediately, add some more water into your brush by putting it in the water a fraction of a second, and then you got that, and then maybe another good one here. All right, so now we can maybe connect from here, hangs over to this side, some lighter ink here. All right, so now the next step, we try to add some lighter color leaves to the composition. So you just take this like it. And what I actually immediately do is I just added some more water and then you can immediately have lighter ink available. So that way, because your brush already has ink, then you get actually a very nice variation in the tone of the leaves, as you can see here. Alright, so that's that, and then what we'll do is this down here, the more light inker leaves. So threes, so 4, 4, 2, 3 threes, right? And then maybe another 2, make it a 3. Okay, here, threes, 2, threes, okay. And then a couple more sticks up here, so it so it's a lighter tone. Maybe add another couple of leaves here, say. So these are kind of new shoots coming out. So that's not so good. Let's cover it up. There we go. And then here we go. Like that. More here to fill it out, to give it some depth. Yep, that's good. And then maybe here like this. Alright, and then do the inscription. So the Chinese painting tends to have some inscription to balance things out. So usually this part balances out the rest of it. So let's say the last one. And then sign my name here. And then indicating it's just a draft. Okay, that's it. We add some darker things here. You could, and then you can also, you never finish. So add a few more dark things to give it some accent. Yeah, that looks good. And what I'll do is rotate it a bit so you can see a little better. I think you can see better here. I'll try not to. The lighting would be better if I don't tilt the picture up, and you can see very well what's going on. Okay, thanks very much. Try this out.